let's just go ahead and jump in and look at a couple of different options. So what happens when you've got a team where every team member is remote? It's pretty obvious. I don't run into a lot of people that say, oh, I didn't realize I was a remote team, when every single team member is remote. But that doesn't necessarily mean that having knowledge that they're a remote team, and that they've made the appropriate adjustments. So let's just think about this. How do we end up here? Some common fully remote teams are people that are in sales, so they have a geography that takes them away from maybe their core group. They're required to be there physically where their customer is, so they are removed from the rest of their team. So what does this mean? It means they're really heavily dependent on file sharing, resources that are available in the cloud. But it also means that they might have different time zone considerations. They might not have the best environment to jump on a conference call. Things along those lines have to be considered. And we'll go into those details in a little bit, but I just wanted to plant the seed that this is one type. Everybody's remote. Here's another type of virtual teams. The leader is remote, but the employees are co-located. So this is most commonly seen where you have some type of an acquisition. So let's say the parent company is in Seattle and they acquire an organization within Minneapolis. They're not going to ask everyone to relocate, so this satellite team just continues to operate. This is where we see a little bit more of the challenges associated with connections with your leadership team, where you have those meaningful moments where you know that your boss knows that you're putting in the extra effort, or those less than meaningful moments where you don't think anybody knows if you're even showing up for work. These satellite teams are a little bit more of a risk for that. So let's take a look at another one. We've only got one employee that's remote. How about that? Have you seen that before? Let's say you have a fantastic employee and her significant other gets relocated out of state. So being the great leader that you are, the caring boss that you are, the smart boss that you are, you decide to keep her on but create a remote environment where she can still function as a part of the team. It's not as simple as making sure that she can Skype in or share files with everyone, because now you've got this one person that doesn't have shared workspace when everyone else does. All of the, you've heard of the meetings between the meetings, all of those things that happen with those crash sites within the offices where work gets done. If you're not careful about how you integrate this remote employee into their workspace, they'll lose that. They'll lose that added connectivity, and eventually over time will feel severed from the team.